replicated, never duplicated, the greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Hello, race fans and iRacers, or any kind of race fans around the world for that matter. Welcome to the Lucas Oil Raceway, and for the 2017 Hardline Racing League's Fast Track Sims Truck Series, live here on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Hello everybody, I'm Tanner Sharp, and alongside me in the booth doing double duty, pushing the knobs, and helping me call the action here tonight is Mr. David Everly. David, welcome to Lucas Oil Raceway, also known as Indianapolis Raceway Park, and or some of you may have known about maybe 10 years ago, O'Reilly Raceway Park at Indianapolis. It's a short track. It's a 0.686 mile racetrack, and it is really flat. 12 degrees of bankings in the corners of the racetrack, and these guys are clicking off lap times here at Lucas Oil about 22 seconds per lap, low 22s I should say. The fastest lap was a 21, actually 21.946. And David, Lucas Oil Raceway, 2 races remaining in this series. Welcome. How has it been, man?
Oh, it's been going great. Can't wait to see some short track racing here in the Camping World Trucks.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is a pretty cool, nifty way. 2 races left. This is race 17 out of 18, and let's kind of talk about the drivers here a little bit since we discussed a little bit of the racetrack. It is down to 2 drivers in this championship, the race to the championship, which is going to be next week at the Homestead Miami Speedway, same time, same place here on the Dre Broadcast Network, and it's down to 2 drivers, Michael Fenelson and Tyler Hensley. Tyler Hensley sitting in second in points, and he's only 1 point behind Fenelson. So it is really, truly a race between Michael Fenelson and Tyler Hensley. Thomas Bressy's sitting in third in points, but he's 38 points back, 513 points. So as the points leader does have 551 points. So you can pretty much eliminate everybody from third on back. Shane Tyrion, who has the most wins on the season, is sitting fourth in points, 46 points back, 505 points. Timothy Moore is 5th in points, 106 points back. Corey Blevins 6th in points, 114 points back. Robert Kenny, 131 points back in 7th. In 8th place in points is Rusty Capel, 132 points back. Kyle Zimmer in 9th, 151 points back. and Casey Shue rounding out that top 10, 168 points back. So, but the biggest eyes is on this championship, Dave. Fenelson and Hensley. If you were in the shoes of Michael Fenelson, what do you have to, and you have the points lead by 1 point, what do you have to do to maintain that points lead?
Well, on a short track like this, basically you got to survive. You got to run clean, run your line, hopefully get out front, get to that fresh air, and avoid all the incidents here. So, I mean, it's going to be tasking. Is Tyler Hensley right now qualified in the 2nd spot? Michael Fenelson right now qualified in the 3rd spot. So they're going to be starting right next to each other here on the grid. But I think it's going to be patience. It's going to be surviving pretty much tonight.
Absolutely. With Fenelson, it's pretty much survival for him. But, I mean, he's fast every single week. I'm sure he's going to get the lead at some point. But let's talk a little bit about Tyler Hensley. Now, you're 1 point behind Michael Fenelson. What do you got to do to try to overtake that top spot walking in the Homestead?
Well, definitely first you got to beat Tyler Hensley. Or Michael Fenelson, I'm sorry. Tyler Hensley's going to have to come away with the win. He's going to hope that Michael Fenelson has a not-so-stellar race, kind of finish a few positions back here, giving him just a little bit of an edge here coming into the final race at Homestead.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm actually getting messages through my phone here. It's like, okay, who would the pressure be on the most, Hensley or Fenelson? Realistically, I'd say both, because they are so tight-notched together. It's only separated by 1 point. Either one of those two drivers have a bad race, Dave. It's almost championship goodbye. But with that being said, let's go through the grid here, because they are gridding up, and it's going to be a 2-lap pace lap. So let's start up front. Corey Blevins is going to get the pole here tonight in the 99 machine. Congratulations to Corey. Tyler Hensley, who's 2nd in points, chasing for that championship. And 2nd in points, Michael Fenelson, championship point leader by 1 point, is in 3rd. Walker, Texas Thomas Ranger, is going to start off in 4th. Rusty Capel will start off in 5th. Kyle Zimmer in the 6th spot, and Timothy Moore will start in 7th, and Timothy Moore was the last driver to take a qualification time. Mr. Levi Zielinski will roll off in the 8th position tonight. Thomas Peresi, 3rd in points, in 9th. Casey Shue, 10th in points, in the top 10, starting 10th tonight. Tom Bourne will start in 11th. Patrick McLaurin in 12th. 13th is going to be Baron Labosco. And rounding out this top 14 car field that's starting here tonight is Cody Tabor, league organizer. Well, Dave, we're going to be set, ready to go here, as here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. It's a flat, short track, so let's kind of take a look at the weather for this evening's festivities. 78-degree air temperature. Track temperature 78 degrees, so those are matching temperatures right there. So it should be a little grippy here and there, actually, especially on fresh tires. The wind is coming from the north at 2 miles an hour with 55% humidity, so it's pretty much iRacing default settings. 150 laps here at the Lucas Oil Raceway. 54% is going to be the fuel limit. That is the fuel load in these trucks, so just about half that you would see in a real-life NASCAR Camping World Truck Series fuel can. So you're talking about at least 9.6 gallons in these trucks. So I imagine it's going to be about, I want to say about 40 to 50 laps on fuel approximately, Dave. So that's just approximately, that's just a guessing number on my end. But we'll just have to see how this plays out. We should see some good old green flag racing here tonight. Dave, final thoughts before we go green.
Well, I hope to see some good racing. It's a short track, as you said, just over a half-mile track here. So I don't think we're going to see any trucks come away without any scratches here tonight, Danner.
Yeah, absolutely. As there was a win that was actually taken away from a driver a week ago. I'm trying to remember who that was at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Quote, jumping the restarts. So, and you do not want to jump restarts in any kind of series that you're racing in, because it can be accountable against you. All right. as Rusty Capo was actually the official winner of last week. He is starting in 5th, so we'll have to keep an eye on Rusty as the night goes on. But the big SIs is on Hensley and Fennelson, who is in 2nd and 3rd place right now. But it's Corey Blevins that's actually going to be the driver leading them down to green flag. Pace car is in. Waiting on the leader. Here we go. And green flag, we are racing at Lucas Oil Raceway.
Yeah, as they're side-by-side here coming into turn 1. I tell you, Corey Blevins is battling it out right there with Tyler Hensley up front. Fennelson had nowhere to go, riding right there behind Corey Blevins. As we see the 12, Walker Thomas there, getting a little sideways, getting into the wall, but we are going to stay green flag racing.
Very good job on Walker Thomas's part to keep it up in the wall. Just hug the wall, keep that steering wheel pointed to the right. That way you do not come down on another driver. It has some good eyes by everybody else as well. As Tyler Hensley leads the first lap, that's going to be a bonus point to him. So, quite frankly, they are now tied in the championship standings. But if we just had like a 3-lap race right now, Hensley would win and Fennelson would finish 3rd. So, and Hensley would have the points lead. So, but we got a long way to go right now, though.
Yeah, we still got a long way, 148 laps remaining here. Fennelson running there in 3rd. Levi Zielinski sitting there in 4th. Thomas Bressy, after starting in 9th, all the way up into 5th position already here on lap 3.
Tom Bourne has been the biggest mover since the drop of the green flag in the first 3 opening laps. That is going to be, he's coming from 11th. He's already up to 6th position right now. I do see Tom Bourne hitting the wall there down turns 1 and 2. It is pretty much a very treacherous place, and the bottom line is not your friend here, folks. It is definitely not your friend. The higher line right next to the wall, so it's kind of like racing Darlington a little bit. You'll get them big momentums on the exit of the corners, though.
Yeah, you gotta watch here though. Riding up next to the wall, you gotta be careful. It's like a vacuum. It's gonna suck you right into that wall. As we've already seen, the 40 of Bourne and the 12 of Walker already get sucked up into that outside wall.
Rusty Capel is another driver, yeah, that hit the outside wall. He just hit it again back down turn number 1. He's got it under control right now. First side-by-side battle is actually in the back of the pack between the 74 machine of Timothy Moore. He's being passed by Kyle Zimmer. That just shaked out. Otherwise, it is clean and green up towards the front, single file. See here, everybody remaining single file here, trying to, and I like when the trucks race here at a track like this, Dave, because these trucks are so much lower. Oh, another car in the wall. That's our championship leader. Before the race started, that was Fennelson into the outside wall.
Yeah, he is going to lose some positions as he drops back into 5th, as Levi Zielinski and Thomas Bressy is able to get around him. So he's just going to have to regroup, refocus, and get back there on it. Make sure he doesn't let that early wall smack, as he is, he is riding inches from that wall.
Yeah, he can't even fit a piece of paper between Fennelson and the wall there, but we do have a challenge up towards the front here, Dave. And it's going to be Corey Blevins going to try the bottom side. I don't think it's going to work coming down a straightaway because Tyler Hensley is, actually he got to the line first there, but Corey Blevins not being denied, challenging on the bottom side of the racetrack coming off turn number 2.
I think you could probably do that earlier in the runs, but these guys are already 9 laps. I don't think that inside line. Oh,
Levi Zielinski snapping loose on entry of the corner there. As actually Thomas Bressy's going to take advantage of that in that Kelly Blue Book truck. But here comes back Levi Zielinski on the high side. He should get the run momentum off turn number 2. He does. Fennelson into the outside wall again. It looked like Bressy kind of filled that whole gap between Zielinski and Fennelson, which caused Fennelson to hit the outside wall. And I tell you what, that's been a couple of licks already into the outside wall for Michael Fennelson.
You know, it's kind of interesting. I'm looking here. We've got some cars there. Kyle Zimmer, he smacks the wall again there, as he's got Timothy Moore sitting right there behind him in 11th. Right there, Patrick Malorn running in 12th. Cody Tabor running 13th. And Baron Lebusco running in 14th. But they are about a half a lap behind the leaders right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Baron Lebosco is 10.5 seconds from the race leader Tyler Hensley, still remaining on the lead lap. Pretty much begging for a caution right now. Baron Lebowsko is. Race leaders are down in turn. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Well, hopefully they're not like me. I'm just, on a short track, I don't run very good. So when I'm racing, I'm always hoping, please let the checker flag come out.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I'm like that too. You know, it's like where I get my butt handed to me on the silver platter. You know, it's going to happen. Things like that will happen. It's happened to me before, but especially when I drive in the open set series, those are a lot of fun. But man, you got a lot of guys that have setups, and they're bad whammer jammers.
Well, Tanner, since we got some time there, have you heard the news today about Chase Elliott? Next year is going to be running his dad's number, the number 9.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to do things, and I think that that's a pretty cool deal right there. I think it was a huge shakeup indeed. I think that Hendrick Motorsports kept it quiet for sure.
Yeah, they kept it quiet, but I tell you, I remember watching good old Bill Elliott in that number 9. He was a great driver. I think Chase is going to be there. He's just got to get some more years under his belt. But, I mean, he's putting a pretty good showing on for being as young as he is.
He is. I mean, the guy's got a lot of talent, no doubt. And he deserves an opportunity to ride like Hendrick Motorsports, and as well as William Byron. I don't think William Byron gets enough credit for what he does out there on the speedway. Because right now he's driving for Junior Motorsports. He's already notched up 3 wins and currently leading the Chase grid for their Xfinity series. So that's going to be very interesting to watch. So good job on William Byron's part. And that's a good way to rank up to get into the Cup Series, by winning in the lower tier series. But Tyler Hensley, back to the racing action here. Tyler Hensley still your race leader. I thought Levi Zielinski maybe coulda, shoulda, woulda challenged Corey Blevins up towards the frontier, but nothing has really happened just yet. It has pretty much been single file racing here. Since the drop of the green flag, no driver. I mean, we've had challenges towards the bottom, like right here. Corey Blevins is thinking about it. Nothing happening yet, as it's nose to tail between the top 4 cars right now. Hensley, Blevins, Zielinski, and Bresci.
Yeah, but you can't count out the 14. Michael Fendelson right there in 5. Tom Bourne sitting in 6, and Walker Thomas sitting there in 7th. I mean, there's less than 2 seconds separating the leader and 7th position right now.
Challenge maybe coming up towards the front of the lead. I don't think it's going to happen this time by. I think you're really going to maybe have to try. Actually, I don't know if you want to try to put the bumper to anybody, because they're going to go into... Oh, Corey Blevins into the outside wall. Levi Zielinski will try to take advantage of this. Not going to happen. He's now going to be stuck on the bottom side of the racetrack. Zielinski on the bottom here might lose another spot. Yes, he will. It's looking like it. He's going to be overtaken by Thomas Bresci on the exit of the corner here. Uh-oh, that cost Zielinski a spot there. And there was really not much Zielinski could have done, because he would have really hit the back bumper of Corey Blevins, which really would have ricocheted into the car behind Zielinski. But it was kind of a good move to go towards the inside to avoid all that ricochet contact. But all this battling up towards the front and that wall hitting by Blevins has allowed Tyler Hensley to pull out almost a 1-second lead up here, as Corey Blevins does make it clear it is still a side-by-side battle before the 3rd spot between Bresci and Zielinski. Zielinski thought about filling up that gap in front of Fendelson. Not going to happen, so if Michael Fendelson's going to try to go around the outside here, overtake a position on the speedway over Levi. This might be a good move right here for Levi to get right in front of Tom Bourne. Oh, he did bumping him in the left rear quarter panel. Bumps him again. I don't know if Tom Bourne would be too happy about that, but really, Levi Zielinski's just trying to find himself a hole there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to make that pass on the inside. This is going to be a one-groove track. So we see the 99 of Corey Blevins into the wall again. But I tell you what, Thomas Bresci made a good move. He did have to check up a little bit, but he was able to get around. But Michael Fendelson, giving the bump there to the 99 of Corey Blevins, is looks like Zielinski there was able to drop into 5th.
Oh, trouble on the speedway, beating and banging. Caution flag is out on the speedway. Mike, oh no. I tell you what, this really happened with Corey Blevins hitting the outside wall here, Dave, and this happened on that lap. Blevins hit the outside wall here, as we're going to pull it up on the Dre Broadcasting replay. I think he hit the wall. Did he hit the wall? Yeah, he did hit the wall, which allowed Thomas Bressi to go towards the inside. Now, with that being said, there was contact coming off of turn 2 between Blevins and Bressi, but Bressi was clear all the way around, but he decided to take the inside lane. Bressi coming off turn number 4 there, getting really tight as Blevins was kind of coming down just a little bit. The two make contact, gets Thomas Bressi out of whack, and really spins out Michael Fennelson. Man, oh man.
Well, good job by all drivers. They kept it off the wall, so there's only minor damage, as it looks like Tyler Hensley is going to bring the entire field down onto pit road for the first pit stop here on lap 27.
First pit stop of the night here at the Lucas Oil Raceway, as 4 right sides are going to be going up. I do imagine every driver's at least going to change 4 tires here. Believe it or not, iRacing's tire wear, no matter really what track you go to, is a pretty dramatic deal. Tires get eaten up, so you could check out your wear and tear on the garage page on iRacing, and 90%, if you have it like 90% on the right sides, Dave, believe it or not, it doesn't look like much, but it is.
Yeah, most definitely. Can't really look at the numbers. You gotta feel the truck to see what it's doing. Numbers can, as you said, can definitely give you a false sense of security, and just gotta be aware. But on short tracks like this, especially under yellow, I don't see any reason to come out and, especially this early in a race, to take anything other than 4 tires.
Well, that's true, and with the setups, these guys are using a fixed setup, so every single driver is using the same setup, same chassis, same tire pressure, same all that. But your tire, when you go down pit road, and actually you do get a black box screen on the bottom right of your screen when you do iRacing, is your tire information. What that's going to tell you is how much you're wearing, what your tire temperatures are. When you're driving a fixed setup, those tires are really telling a story about that truck. And if you're driving the fixed setup, it's going to tell you how you're driving the truck. Are you driving it too hard? Are you driving it too easy? You know, what's the deal there? As we do get the 1-to-go signal right now, Tyler Hensley's going to elect the outside row. But open setups is a little different because you can fine-tune the car, or the truck in this case, a lot better. And it's just the tires are going to be the story of that truck.
Yeah, as the pace car lights are off, we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. Pace car dips down into pit road. Tyler Hensley is going to control this start, electing on start on the outside. Walker Thomas to his inside. Tom Bourne, Levi Zielinski in the second row here, as we are getting ready to go back green flag racing. And hot diggity dog, here we go, green flag racing. Tyler Hensley hard on the throttle. Walker Thomas saw it coming. He is on the inside with fresh tires, but he is going to get a good push off the turn. But Tyler Hensley is not going to let him go, as he is going to lose that battle, as he is now facing off with the 59 of Levi Zielinski.
Man, Casey Shue on back has been nothing but a checkup here, Dave, and they're 3 wide behind Casey Shue here. They were 3 wide, but man, it is a hornet's nest area, the biggest hornet's nest area of the night. The 24 machine on the bottom, big old checkup from the 54 machine of Baron Lebosco. Car around on the back straightaway. No caution flag, hit the outside wall aggressively. That would be Kyle Zimmer. Oh man, he got turned around aggressively there.
Well, we are going to go back to the Dre Broadcasting replay. We are going to focus on the 20. We are still green flag, but looking at the 20, Thomas Bressi on his inside as they come through the turn. Check up with the 54, and it just caused a chain reaction, and it looked like the Bass Pro Shop machine had nowhere to go. Contact made. He gets spun around, but he gets it going back, as we are still green flag.
Probably asking yourself, well, how come there wasn't a caution for a car, for a truck wrecking on the speedway like that? Well, iRacing cautions are turned on, as you guys seen earlier, but sometimes with the shorts, with a small field like this, when a car crashes and iRacing itself detects that it's not in anybody's way, you know, they won't throw the caution. But we got a strong battle for that second spot on the speedway between Levi Zielinski and Walker Thomas. Levi did hit the wall. Truck spin on the back straightaway. It's Casey Shue. Caution is out right now. And this time, this spin was in front of other vehicles, so that's why the caution did come out. Looks like Corey Blevins tagged the left rear quarter panel of Casey Shu off of turn number 2.
Yeah, Corey Blevins got to the inside there, running the inside as we were checking the replay. Just slight contact, but enough to send him around. But the 4 of Casey Shu does a good job, keeps it off the wall, and that's going to be our second caution. But gotta expect cautions here at a short track like this, Tanner.
You do, but we do have a lot of green flag racing as we got takers down pit road. I'm only seeing at least 2 drivers staying out. That is going to be Tyler Hensley, Cody Tabor, everybody else coming down into pit road.
Well, we're about to see old tires versus new tires. Cody Tabor, 10 laps on his tires. Tyler Hensley, 9 laps. Everybody from 3rd position back. Brand new stickers.
Yep, that's going to be Walker Thomas, Tom Bourne, Patrick McLaurin, 3rd. 4th place, Rusty Capel, and rounding out the top 5, exiting out of pit road, is Michael Fennelson. Have to see if Cody Tabor is going to come down pit road this time by. He will. So Cody Tabor thought he could try maybe get a bonus point for leading a lap. Not going to happen. Tyler Hensley is going to be Mr. Lonely. Play that song by who was that? Akon. Mr. Lonely. Because he's on older tires compared to everybody else. I'm just curious to see how this is going to work out. This could be a good old strategy move. And if Hensley's able to keep the lead, I mean, then tire wear is not really that drastic. I know if the sun was out, it would be in hot, slick conditions. It would be in good, you know, that means the tires would get eaten up. But since it's a nighttime setting, the track is nice and cool at 78 degrees. You know, and that just means the cooler the track, the more the grip.
Yeah, but here's another thing to look at too. A little bit of pitch strategy.
A little bit.
Yeah, these guys, Tyler Hensley, 11 laps. If we have a long green flag run, he's going to have to come down on pit road. Everybody else is going to be able to stay out for at least another 10 to 15 laps longer. So, and we only got 113 laps to go as we were back 1 to green.
1 to green right now. Tyler Hensley, you're currently your race leader. Walker Thomas is in 2nd. Tom Bourne 3rd. Hensley's going to elect the outside row on this restart. So the 46 machine, your race leader. Coming down to the green flag here whenever Hensley decides to go. Green flag is out. We are back racing at Lucas Oil Raceway.
Yes, we see Walker Thomas there on the inside of Tyler Hensley. Walker Thomas is on newer tires. As he is going to edge out Tyler Hensley, but Hensley's not giving up here as they are coming here into turn 3 and 4, still side by side.
It is a battle for that race spot, but that was like almost 3 wide off of turn 2 for that 3rd place spot. Oh, who's going towards the inside road? Tom Bourne went to the inside, deep to the inside. I think he may have had a little help from Fennelson, because Fennelson now is now in the 3rd spot on the speedway. Actually, he did get help. Actually, he did not. He actually got loose all on by himself. Tom Bourne did, off of turn number 4. But hence, it is Walker Thomas, your new race leader now. You're taking advantage of some fresh tires. Contact between the race leaders. Oh, Walker Thomas was coming down the track, still trying to save it here. Spinning out on the speedway. Caution is out. Oh, man. Woo!
As we pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay, we are going to focus on Walker Thomas here. As we're going to watch his contact as he is leading. Tyler Hensley sitting in 2nd, coming through the turn. Gets a little loose. Tyler Hensley goes down low. He makes contact with Fennelson. Tries to save it. Spins back around. No other trucks involved. But that is going to bring out another caution here at Lucas Oil Raceway.
Man, there was contact between Tyler Hensley and Walker Thomas that started that as he was getting so loose. And there goes Fennelson. Fennelson does get hit by Walker Thomas. I think Michael Fennelson has pretty much hit everything but the pace car today. nonetheless, we have everybody coming down pit road once again, but except 2 drivers, Corey Blevins and Cody Tabor. Coming down the pit road, everybody. And it's a race off pit road. I think Fenelson might get him. Did he get him? Oh, man, that was a race between the championship leaders right there. Fenelson and Hensley. And it's official. Hensley did get Fenelson to the line. Wow, I thought Fenelson was going to get him there. Tom Bourne in 3rd, coming off the pits. Casey Shue 4th. And 5th, Timothy Moore. 2 drivers. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
We do have new race leader, the 99 of Corey Blevins. Cody Tabor once again staying out, sitting there in 2nd. So we've now had 3 drivers here tonight lead laps. Tyler Hensley leading 41 laps so far. Walker Thomas leading 1, and Corey Blevins leading a lap as well.
Oh, boy. Well, this is going to be an interesting call with now 2 drivers out front on older tires, so you can make the inside work. If you have 4 fresher tires and the driver ahead of you has no tires at all. So this is going to be an interesting old deal right here. And what is more interesting is Tyler Hensley gets the restart on the inside row, 3rd place, for the first time today. Tyler Hensley started in 2nd and has been, when he took over the race lead, he was the race leader. But Hensley, for the first time today, is now no lower than 3rd. He is now currently in 3rd on the inside row, and Fenelson on the high side. And that higher line's been the place to be. So, interesting. See how this is going to shake up. Alright, let's restart it for you. Corey Blevins and Cody Tabor, 1-2 right now. Tyler Hensley in 3rd. Michael Fenelson 4th. Tom Bourne in 5th. That's your top 5 right now. Walker Thomas currently in 13th. Tail end Charlie at the field. Going back green here, and it's actually Corey Blevins that is the race leader, but the 18 of Tabor beat him to the line. As Fennelson's all over, knocking on heaven's door of the 99 truck. Oh, he hit the wall though. Oh, no, big trouble. Oh, big accident. Huge. Oh my goodness.
We are definitely going to have to pull that up here on the Dre Broadcasting Network, as we are going to focus on the 18 of Cody Tabor as him and Michael Fenelson get into contact. Let's take a look here from our chopper view. So we're going to get a good shot from overhead here as they come on the restart. Fenelson gets up and gives a bump there to the 99 of Corey Blevins. Cody Tabor drifts up into the 14 of Michael Fenelson. Tabor going around. I see the 4 involved, the 40 of Bourne also involved. Cody Tabor, though, got the worst end of that deal, that's for sure.
Yeah, he definitely did, and I'm kind of looking at this from a couple different angles here. This really kind of started, I don't want to say it started at the start-finish line, but the 18 clearly did beat the 99, and the 99 was the original race leader. The 18 beat the 99 to the start-finish line. And then they head down on turn number 1 as the 14 car Fenelson was beating and banging all over that back bumper of the 99, shoots him out to the lead. Now, as low as Cody Tabor is, he's going to get tight on the exit of the corner here. Plus, he's got Tyler Hensley all over his back bumper, looking towards the inside. Hensley and Tabor doored. Oh, man. That Tom Bourne, Casey Shue took some vicious hits. I think Cody Tabor was the worst of them all.
Well, we do have a lot of trucks down on pit road. Michael Fenelson, Walker Thomas, Rusty Capel, Levi Zielinski, Tom Bourne, Cody Tabor, all down on pit road right now getting service.
Yeah, that's well, how many cars is this right here? This is a good chunk, a handful of cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting 8 trucks that were at least involved in this incident.
Yeah, we do have Levi Zielinski. He is 1 lap down, but he's making his way back on the track, sitting in 9th position. However, the 4 of Casey Shue, he is coming off of pit road as we speak. So we actually really only have 8 trucks left here on the lead lap. We do have 2 drivers that are a lap down. Rusty Capel, Levi Zielinski making their way off pit road as well.
Well, that is huge championship implications right there between Hensley and Fennelson. And if this race should end, despite Tyler Hensley not getting involved in anything, he would become your championship leader walking into Homestead Miami Speedway. Corey Blevins, right now, your race leader. Electing the outside row. Now, last restart, the guy on the inside beat the leader to the line, which was a huge controversial deal last week at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Here to look at it again here, and it's going to be Hensley at the line first. Actually, no, it's going to be Corey Blevins at the line first. They were like dead nut even. Oh, trouble! Corey Blevins and oh no, Tyler Hensley around. Oh no!
And we're gonna stay green flag racing there, Tanner.
Oh man, yeah, that was there was definitely contact between Corey Blevins and Tyler Hensley, which sent Hensley right around. Light tap to the inside wall, and we are remaining green flag racing.
Well, I am going to pull up the Dre broadcast and replay. We are going to take a look at this with Tyler Hensley, Corey Blevins. Corey Blevins on the outside, Tyler Hensley on the inside. As they're coming through the turn. Contact made. Hensley is going to slide down into the inside while Corey Blevins is going to keep it going. As you said, we are still green flag condition as Corey Blevins is leading with Thomas Bresci in second and Timothy Moore sitting there in third.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a matter on when you're going to get that caution for a Hensley to even catch up to the racing field. But nonetheless, it is Corey Blevins out front. Second place, Thomas Bresci. Third place, Timothy Moore. Kyle Zimmer's in fourth, and rounding out the top 5, Baron Labosco. So that top 4 cars are pretty much together on the speedway as far as their own separate group, but I do see a battle for the top 5 spot. Patrick McLaurin trying to go after Baron Labosco. Not anything going to happen there. They're still going to battle for that top 5 spot. It is actually the only battle on the speedway. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard to make that pass on the inside as we saw the 81 of McLaurin try it. But he's going to lose. Oh, here he comes again. He is going to try it again, but just not able to get there on the exit of the turn.
Yeah, not this time, but maybe eventually here. I mean, he knows he can be quicker than him. It's just a matter of when. Thomas Bresci is all over that back bumper, the race leader of Corey Blevins. It's just a matter on how you're going to pass him. That inside row is very, very, very treacherous, Dave, as we have seen from time to time again. And here's the deal with this kind of racetrack. The more you put laps on tires at a track like this, the more you try and you want to try out that inside row, the more that truck's going to get tight on entry. So that's something that the driver on the inside has to expect. And you know, he's not going to be able to keep up the speed on exit of the corner, unlike other drivers who are taking that high line around the racetrack, who's going to get the better run off. You're just not going to beat the guy on the high side on corner exit. It's a very tough thing to do indeed, but it's just the tire fall off and all that stuff here on the sim of iRacing. It's just really treacherous.
Yeah, especially here at Lucas Oil Raceway. It's a tough track. It's a short. It's a real technical track. I just don't see getting on that inside and being able to make the pass, especially being on older tires. Now, granted, here's the thing though. Corey Blevins is 24 laps since his last pit. Thomas Bresci's only got 12. Timothy Moore sitting in third. He's got 17 laps. And Kyle Zimmer sitting there in fourth has only got 11 laps.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag of the field, but the more laps they're putting down now, I mean, it's kind of starts to even itself out just a little bit. Thomas Bresci has been pushing a little pressure on Corey Blevins at the moment. Putting a little bit of pressure, hasn't made any kind of moves. Looking throughout the field here, McLaurin's trying to get under Labosco. Labosco almost hits the wall off turn number 2.
I tell you what, I've been keeping an eye on Tyler Hensley since that incident. He's catching that pack. He was like almost 5 seconds behind. Now he's only 1.7 seconds behind the 4 of Casey Shue. So he is actually closing that gap and gaining back on these guys.
And he's on the lead lap, like, as you said. So good eyes, Dave, on that with Tyler Hensley catching the number 20, the number 24, who is actually not for position, but that is Rusty Capel. What would be for position for Hensley would be the number 4 machine, the 4 truck. Patrick McLaurin's going to lose a spot to Labosco. Actually, Labosco actually hanging on to a spot. Excuse me. So it's pretty much a 2-man race right now between the 99 and the 25. Corey Blevins and Thomas Bresci. Timothy Moore's remaining in third, about 2 seconds back. And 2.5 seconds back is Kyle Zimmer. But I do think a lot of these drivers from 5th on back have some sort of horsepower damage that they're not going to get up to speed on corner exit of the corner exit. But I'm looking at Labosco's truck. It's not all that bad.
Well, going back to the field, it looks like Tyler Hensley has caught the 4 of Casey Shue as he is going to power it down on the straight stretch. His next target there, ooh, it almost got a little loose. Casey Shue's going to get it back. So Tyler Hensley, I mean, he is going to push really hard to try to get around these guys as he's trying to get around and take that position away from Casey Shue.
He's trying to push it really hard because the last time by in turn number 3, he dove it down there. Right now he's going to try it again. Dive it hard into turn 3. Now his deal's trying to wash up in front of the 4 truck, but he got really loose doing that last time. Actually, he will complete the pass on Casey Shue for the 7th position. Pretty good racing back here, actually. A lot of give and take here, just a little bit, even though they do have some damage on the speedway. Thomas Bresci challenging for that race lead.
Yes, he is side by side with Corey Blevins, but as we've seen most of the night, though, the inside, I mean, it's really hard to make that pass. I mean, you are going to have to dive it in there strong and hope that that guy on the outside is going to let up and let you have it, because it's really hard to get by on that inside.
Absolutely, and next week we're going to another track that the high side does prevail, and that's going to be the Homestead Miami Speedway, which is a 1.5 mile racetrack. Pretty banked, though. I think that's a 24-degree banking racetrack out there. Nonetheless, folks, feel free to chat with us live tonight on YouTube. Here on the Dre Broadcasting Network.
Yeah, it looks like his field is pretty spread out, especially between 4th and 5th. There's like almost 7 seconds between Kyle Zimmer and 4th, and the 81 of Patrick McLaurin currently running in 5th position.
Alright, so Casey Shue is down in turns 3 and 4, which is the last driver on the lead lap, coming off turn 4 and at the line now, and the race leader is past halfway down the back straightaway, and now and down in turn number 3. So that is a differential between the race leader and Casey Shue, who's in 8th place, Taylor and Charlie.
Going back up here, though, Tyler Hensley has got around the 54 of Baron Labosco. He has now moved up into 6th position.
Hensley just needs a caution to get back on up there so he can fix a little bit of that damage and go. Looks like Labosco shoes into the wall a little bit. Patrick McLaurin did take over the 5th spot over Labosco a little while ago. He's in 5th. He pulled away. Looks like some hard racing between Zielinski and Shue. Zielinski's actually a lap down in 9th.
Well, here's the thing. Looks like Corey Blevins has kind of blew away your estimate there, Tanner. He is 38 laps since his last pit stop and still going out strong. However, Thomas Bresci only 26. And we are approaching the halfway point of tonight's race. Only 77 laps remaining. He's
got time for that pit stop. I was thinking more about 40 to 50 laps on a tank of fuel, approximately. Could be 60 laps. I mean, this is a little over a half-mile caution zone on the speedway.
That looks like it's going to be the 4 of Casey Shue.
Shue and Levi Zielinski, and this is the caution Tyler Hensley had needed. Looks like they both had a run on Baron Lebowsko, and just Casey Shue got into left rear quarter panel of Zielinski, both hitting the inside wall.
Well, it doesn't look like too much damage. I don't see any smokes and no engines blown, so... But as you said here, I tell you, another person that's happy to see this caution is going to be the 99 of Corey Blevins. It's going to give him a chance to come down on pit road and get some fresh tires.
Yep, this is going to bring everybody on the lead lap some fresh tires. Tyler Hensley especially, I mean, especially if he's going to get some damage repaired on that 46 machine. Down pit road, Dave. I believe it's going to be a 4-tire pit stop for everybody. And drivers who are staying out are drivers who are not on the lead lap. Actually, there's one driver staying out who is on the lead lap, Baron Lebowsko. Left side's going up and down, and oh, we might have some 2-tire takers, Dave. Is it a 2-tire take? We have to take. I gotta take a look at this. Ooh, actually, long pit stop for Hensley and Corey Blevins. What in the world happened here, Dave?
Maybe doing some optional repairs, maybe?
Well, it was a 4-tire pit stop, so we know everybody behind Thomas Bresci took a 4-tire pit stop. Corey Blevins is now just leaving.
Yeah, the only thing I think of is maybe they had some optional repairs and elected to go ahead and stay down, get that fixed here, as we are coming up on the halfway point of tonight's race.
Very, very interesting. I figured, I mean, he was running very well up towards the front. I don't understand why he would hang out into the pits that long unless he's like, okay, I'm just going to get the heck out of the way. I'm too much of a cause up towards the front. But I mean, he was battling for the race lead up there. So, well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. So I think we should get the 2 to go this time by. Got to keep an eye on pace car lights.
For all the new viewers just tuning in, you are watching Dre Broadcasting Network as we are bringing you the Fast Track Sims Hardline Truck Series with the Hardline Racing League here live on YouTube.
Absolutely. And I love watching the races on the Dre Broadcasting Network. I mean, there's a lot of good leagues on this channel, and there's other good leagues elsewhere too. But man, this is just a preliminary source of any kind of sim racing. If you have any experience, folks, in sim racing, even if it's on console, this is something to really check out. iRacing.com.
Yeah, it's I tell you, I've had a blast the 2 years I've now been here on iRacing, so couldn't ask for anything more. It's just been a blast. Can't wait to continue it throughout.
I love it on here. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm going to love it even more when the day and night transitions comes out, man, here on the sim. Oh man, that's especially on the oval side. I want to see all that good stuff on the oval side. I know it's great for the road guys in their 24-hour race, but on the oval side it would be awesome to see too. But let's kind of reset. Let's reset the field here for you before we go green flag racing. Thomas Bresci's your race leader, electing the outside row. Timothy Moore on the inside row, the race leader, is going to be in second. Kyle Zimmer third. Tyler Hensley fourth. Corey Blevins in fifth. Coming to take the green flag. Here we go, waiting on Thomas Bresci. And green flag is out. Bresci does get to the line first. Good old restart by everybody. Except this high line is going to be the prevailed way to go around this joint. Hensley and Moore battling side by side for second place. Looks like it's going to be Hensley off the higher line. Now can Timothy Moore get behind him? Actually still going to battle side by side. Hensley gets the run off. Moore's going to go to the outside to secure his spot on the speedway.
We are back to 9 trucks on the lead lap. The 81 of Patrick McLaurin, the last one on the lead lap. Levi Zielinski, the only car a lap down right now. So he's sitting in the lucky dog spot. As we are seeing Thomas Bressie, he has pulled out to a good lead here over Tyler Hensley. Can Tyler Hensley catch him? But the question is, once he catches him, can he get around him?
I do want to point out that I did mention that Levi Zielinski was a lap down before that caution came out, and he was the first car 1 lap down. However, with that being said, Levi Zielinski was involved in that last caution. So iRacing itself does not give you the lucky dog if you are involved in any kind of incident in that caution. So that means you got to avoid hitting the wall, even if you're trying to avoid the wreck. Hitting the wall, going through the grass, you have to have an incident-free deal to get the lucky dog.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are beyond halfway point with just 67 laps to go. We are going to go ahead and step away for our first commercial break of the night. We'll be right back here as we bring you the Fast Track Sims Hardline Truck Series live from Lucas Oil Raceway. We'll be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back to the 2017 Fast Track Sims Hardline Truck Series by the Hardline Racing League, live here at the Lucas Oil Raceway on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Thomas Bresci is currently your race leader by 0.8 of a second over Corey Blevins. That's because Tyler Hensley hit the wall on the front straightaway, which allowed Blevins to regain second spot on the speedway. Baron Lebosco going another lap down, or actually going a lap down here, getting passed by the race leaders, letting them by on the inside row. Tyler Hensley, as we said, was in third. Timothy Moore currently in third, almost getting challenged here by Kyle Zimmer for that fourth spot on the speedway. Patrick McLaurin all by himself in sixth. Rusty Cable by himself in seventh. And Casey Shue rounding out the top 8 guys remaining on the lead lap. So it would be a battle for the lucky dog on the speedway between Lebosco and Zielinski, providing if they don't get involved into an incident. Michael Fennelson, Walker Thomas, Cody Tabor, and Tom Bourne are out of this race, with the exception of Cody Tabor on pit road, getting that damage fixed as much as he can. So he's just pretty much sitting on pit road for the last 50 laps. Everybody else has disconnected from the race server, officially declaring that they are out. Spin, down turn number 1. Contact between Blevins and Hensley. Oh man, no yellow flag though.
Well, we are going to pull this up on the Dre Broadcasting replay. We're going to focus on the 99 of Corey Blevins.
Ooh, I think... Oh, go ahead, Dave.
We're going to rewind this here just to see what happened. Corey Blevins sitting there in second. Hensley sitting in third. As they are trying to catch. Looks like Tyler Hensley gets into a run. Oh, there was netcode there. I didn't see any contact, but Corey Blevins is going to get spun around and into the outside wall.
That cost Corey Blevins, but yeah, I 100% agree. That was netcode right there between Hensley and Corey Blevins down turn number 1. There wasn't any immediate direct contact. There was plenty of room given, realistically, between the two drivers. Just Hensley decided to go towards the inside down turn number 1, and all of a sudden it just looped around Corey Blevins.
Well, we are in the final stretch. 50 laps to go. Well, actually 49 laps to go. Thomas Bresci is leading with a 3.8 second lead over Tyler Hensley. Corey Blevins sitting in third. Timothy Moore fourth. Kyle Zimmer rounding out your top 5.
Hensley, we have to keep an eye on, see if he can gun down Thomas Bresci. I don't know if it's going to happen with the amount of damage Hensley has compared to Bresci.
Yeah, I'm watching the gap here, and it's actually getting larger. He's now 4.1 seconds ahead of Tyler Hensley. So Bresci is actually pulling away from Hensley.
Yeah, this is something to keep an eye on as the night goes on between the top 2 drivers. Everybody else has, I mean, if we could, I don't know, I'm not seeing any damage on Bresci's nose, except maybe minor splitter damage. Actually, I don't even think he has rear end damage, does he? Yeah, a little bit in the left rear quarter panel, but that's it. Otherwise, Thomas Bresci has the cleanest truck on the speedway. Actually, I'm not seeing any immediate damage on Hensley's truck either. And the gap is starting to close up just a little bit. Something to keep an eye on here. Corey Blevins remains in third after that little contact, netcode contact. I want us to call it netcode. Down in turn 1. Timothy Moore is in fourth spot, holding on to the 4th spot over Kyle Zimmer. This is actually the closest battle on the speedway between Zimmer and Moore. Patrick McLaurin, 6th. Everybody else single file or either separated from everybody else. The only battle I would see that's close to changing, that could change, would be Timothy Moore and Kyle Zimmer in 4th and 5th. And maybe, I mean, if you want to throw Patrick McLaurin into that hat as well, I mean, he's getting close by to these guys up here. Sure, maybe you have a 3-truck battle. Well, Dave, these guy drivers are working on 32 laps since they were last visited pit road. We got about, how many laps to go do we have here according to the thing here? 42 laps to go. 32, 42. Man, I don't know. I think we're gonna. Do you think we could see one more pit stop tonight?
I think we're gonna see at least one more pit stop tonight to be able to make it. I don't think they're gonna do almost. See, that would actually make it 75 laps, 74 laps on this stint. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we haven't seen any green flag racing at all, or we haven't seen any green flag pit stops at all tonight. It's been majority cautions, and speaking of caution flags, we've had 5 of them for 23 laps. Thomas Bresci, your race leader, still out front, holding a pretty good commanding lead of about 3.4 seconds. It was 4 seconds, now it's down to 3.4, so we know Hensley's coming. Let's just see if he can continue to gain each lap. Corey Blevins, who's not really gaining on Hensley, in 3rd. But that 4th place spot is nose to tail.
Yeah, and the 81 of Patrick McLaurin has also caught these guys as well. He's right there in the mix.
I just don't know who's going to... Oh, McLaurin into the outside wall. All that work to catch up to the 2 guys ahead of you. And, you know, then all of a sudden you make a mistake on entry of the corner in turn number 1 and hit the wall. I'm sure he'll gain it right back in that Pennzoil truck. Here goes Zimmer towards the inside. He's looking. I'm still looking here. I don't think I'm going to get the run off. No, he will not. It's going to be so hard to pass here. Probably one of the hardest places to pass, in my opinion. And throughout the field here, Casey Shue and Rusty Capel, all those guys are pretty separated on the speedway right now. Levi Zielinski is the first car 1 lap down. Baron Lebowsko went 2 laps down. So if caution should come out, it would be Zielinski getting the lucky dog, providing if he doesn't get involved in any kind of incidents on the speedway. Otherwise, it's biggest battles for 4th, 5th, and 6th right now. At least they're not battling side by side.
I tell you what, Tanner, though, look here. Thomas Bresci is catching up on lap traffic. Could slow him down. No, they are going to get out of his way and let him go. That is the 25 getting around the 24 of Rusty Capel.
What in the world happened there? Did he hit the wall, though? The 20 car hit the wall. Kyle Zimmer annihilated the outside wall. Coming off of turn number 2.
Now, that'd be interesting to see because we're down to 34 laps to go now.
Yeah, that's got to create some heavy duty right front damage. Maybe knock a toe out. No, he didn't really knock the toe out. I thought he would. Usually, in the past, I know you could knock out the toe really easy. Tyler Hensley was able to crack down on the race lead a little bit more. It's now down to 2.6 seconds. So it's knotting down right now here, Dave.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we are coming up on the conclusion of tonight's race, we are going to step away for our final commercial break of the night as we have got 33 laps to go. So get your popcorn, get your drinks, because this may come down to an exciting finish here. So we'll be right back here on the Dre Broadcasting Network.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back, folks, and join us also next week live here on the Dre Broadcast Network for the finale of the 2017 Fast Track Sims Hardline Truck Series at the Homestead Miami Speedway for the championship down there next week, Wednesday night, here on the Dre Broadcast Network. Thomas Bresci is currently still your race leader, but look in the rearview mirror, it is Tyler Hensley. Tyler Hensley has gained all that time, but here's the problem, Dave. Thomas Bresci has caught lap traffic, and it's going to slow him down. So with that being said, we have a battle for the race lead here at Lucas Oil Raceway with just 24 laps to go.
Actually, Tanner, we're on 20 laps to go. So, but the thing of it is, though, even if Tyler Hensley catches him, can he get around him? That's the question.
20 laps to go. What am I doing? I got my update and status is not working out very good tonight. What's going on here? But anyways, yes, 20 laps to go. Hensley has made all up that time over Thomas Bresci. Here he comes. Is he going to look towards the inside? I don't know. Here's the problem. You got lap traffic in front of you. There's nowhere to go. They're battling side by side. That's for position between the 81 and the 74 truck. That's for position. The 59's just a lap car, one lap down. And, man, here we go. This is exciting. Dave told you, folks, get that popcorn ready. He was not joking.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a little three-wide action there, as it looks like Thomas Bresci's going to try to the inside there over the 59 of Zielinski. Is Tyler Hensley sitting right there behind him, just waiting on that mistake to capitalize here, to try to come away with the win here, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it's going to be that easy.
He wants that lead. He's trying to get on the inside row, but he can't pull it off just yet. If anything, I would try to take that outside line right up there, Dave. That's what I would do. I mean, it looks like Zielinski gets the run off. Oh, man. Nothing going to happen there. Hensley doing everything he can. Hensley's going to look towards the inside now. This is the battle for the top spot.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only battle right now really on the track is Thomas Bresci looking to the inside. Ooh, a little bump there to the 59 saying, come on, man, you're holding me up. Tyler Hensley trying on the inside, just not able to do it.
I cannot. Oh, 3 wide right here, Dave. I cannot foresee that inside row really working. Contact! Oh, man. And I think Zielinski hit the wall there. Oh, no, he hit Zielinski. Zielinski gets out of whack.
Well, that is going to let Thomas Bresci, he's going to pull out 8/10 ahead of Tyler Hensley. Hensley's going to have to get around the 74 machine, the 74 Timothy Moore. That's only leaving actually 3 cars on the lead lap right now.
It is, as Corey Blevins is the last driver on the lead lap, but the biggest battles for that race lead. Hensley is a little quicker than Bresci, but I tell you what, that was just lap traffic moment right there, just kind of in the way, nowhere to go kind of deal. Hensley did everything he can to get that race lead, and I honestly think Bresci was a little more patient about it, getting through the lap traffic than what Hensley was, because Hensley was even trying to go towards the inside row. I know we're clicking down the lap times, man, but patience is going to pay off somehow, some way. There is clear traffic up towards the front here. The next person ahead of Thomas Bresci is going to be Baron Lebosco, who's down in turns 3 and 4 as the race leaders and halfway down the back straightaway.
And we are now 12 laps remaining here in tonight's race, so, I mean, they're going to have to make moves now if Hensley's going to want to get around Bresci.
It's time to go. I mean, I know, and you don't want to wreck your opponent for the win or anything like that. You don't want to do that at all. Here he goes. Nice run off exit turn number 2. Looked like Bresci bobbled a little bit. Hensley dive bomb the corner, trying to keep pace. Oh, snapping loose goes Bresci, but he hangs on to it. I don't think Thomas Hensley was aware of that. Man, he is left, right, left, right. Bresci is, that's for sure, man. I don't know if you... Woohoo, this is getting exciting. Down in turn number 3. Bresci, your race leader. Looks like Thomas Bresci, his truck wants to step out a little bit.
Well, they are 65 since their last trip down to pit road. 65 laps, 9 laps to go in tonight's race.
23.5 second lap times, 23.4, 23.5. Fastest lap is a 22.4, so it's a second off their fastest time, which means the tires do got grip in them. They just only lost a second.
Yeah, but look up ahead.
Yep. And plus, you're talking 67 laps on tires. Looking up ahead, you're catching lap traffic. It's going to get out of the way. I don't think it's going to play a factor here, Dave.
No, the 54 Lebosco is going to stay down low, let these leaders go. He's going to let them battle it out, as we are now 7 laps to go.
Man, ever so close, ever so fast, man. I tell you what, Thomas Bresci doing everything he can to hold off Tyler Hensley. And Tyler Hensley is gunning and running for a championship. Coming into this race, Hensley was 1 point out of the championship lead. That will change at the conclusion of this race. Looks like Bresci's getting another, or Hensley's getting another run. Uh-oh. Do you see that, Dave? I'm seeing blinking issues from Thomas Bresci.
Yeah, it looks like it's stabilized a little bit, so. But now, look at it. We are 5 laps to go. Can Tyler Hensley get around Thomas Bresci for the win?
Thomas Bresci's quality is actually going down, which is currently in the orange on my connection towards the other drivers in this series. Right now it's stabilizing pretty good, but it's the quality part. It's actually increasing now, so he should be okay. So you don't want to be blinking if you're the race leader, man. That just that's like a, oh man, blown engine. Well, not really. That's more like something within the hardware. So I guess a hardware failure or something.
It's a blown processor.
I tell you what, man, we're clicking that down. 3 laps to go right now. Can Hensley get to Bresci?
I don't think he's going to be able to get around Thomas Bresci. Thomas Bresci blinking out real bad now.
Yeah, really bad now, yep.
But he has pulled out to a 5/10 lead over Tyler Hensley.
Getting worse, Dave. At least on my end it is, and I'm kind of looking at his numbers here. He's got to hold on. He's got to hold on for 2 laps. Oh, Thomas Hensley goes for a spin in the middle of the corner of turns 1 and 2. This will for sure give a win to Thomas Bresci, providing if his connection stabilizes. White flag this time by. I think his connection will stabilize. It is actually getting a little better. Still in the orange on my end, but nonetheless, not blinking, connection stabilizing, or something along the hardware abilities. Blinking right now, though, but he will make it across the start-finish line in P1. And did iRacing score him there? Because sometimes iRacing is like that. And yes, iRacing does score Thomas Bresci P1. So Thomas Bresci gets the checkered flag. Tyler Hensley in 2nd. 3rd place, Corey Blevins. No,
actually, Corey Blevins is going to, yeah.
What happened to Tyler Hensley?
I'm not sure. Yeah, he's getting a push from the race winner, the 25 of Thomas Bresci.
He ran out of gas. I gotta hear that engine audio here. Out of gas, Tyler Hensley. He didn't like just get loose. He just ran out of gas. That was a pretty exciting finish.
Yes, it was.
All right, so let's reset it here for you. And we're going to talk to the top 3 drivers, at least try to. So let's pull up Bresci, Thomas Bresci. Let's pull him up here right now. Thomas Bresci, Dre Broadcasting Network, do you have a copy?
I got you.
What a will of a win. You were being pressured by Tyler Hensley, and it looked like Hensley was going to try something on you, but according to what we're showing here, he ran out of gas. I figured it was going to be around 40, 50, 60 laps on a fuel tank on a short track like this, but man, take us through those final moments of the race between you and Hensley.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun battling my teammate. It's nice being able to battle, people and not have them race you like over the top or anything like that. I had a fun time racing him there at the end, but yeah, I mean, we were here Friday in the Contender Series, and he was the guy to beat and got wrecked out of the lead with 10 to go, and and he was fast again tonight, so it's cool that I got to beat him and it scored the 50th win for our team, which in just our sim racing career, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, we were close on fuel. I probably like 30 to go. I was like, I should probably. I'm sitting here on the front stretch, basically out of gas, so I was pretty close. But man, I was trying not to make mistakes, and I knew if I gave him towards the exit that he was going to be able to probably get by. And I was doing it. Once he got to the inside, he got a lot further up my door than I thought he was going to. I was like, oh boy, this could be it. So I was trying really hard. And I got the truck to break loose and stuff. I was trying everything I could just to stay in front of him, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a scare for you in the closing stages of that race because you started blinking pretty bad. And we thought that, if he blinks too bad, iRacing might kick him out and might give the win to Hensley. But your connection, everything stabilized, hardware and connection stabilized for you to get the checkered flags here. Now, you started 9th on the grid tonight. And so how hard was it really to pass on a track like Lucas Oil Raceway? It seemed like that outside line was the way to go. As I said at the top of the show, and that inside line, once after a lap, it was done. It was all outside row. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, first, I'm also pretty happy that my college internet held up for most of the night. I saw the Q bar start turning a little yellow at the end. I was like, please don't do this now. But yeah, the outside was definitely the place to be. It was just, you couldn't get the truck to rotate enough. I didn't feel like around the bottom, and then even if you could, it just could not get it to carry enough speed and whatnot. It was just, it was hard and stuff. But, you do what you gotta do. That's why I think there was a lot of beating and banging and stuff, and a lot of people got together, and, like Corey and I got together earlier in the race, and, we weren't mad at each other or anything. It's hard racing, it's close quarters. It was like that on Friday, too. It's just the nature of the track, but it's a fun challenge, but track is really, really important, which I think we kind of saw there, and I personally found out the last part of that race.
Yeah, absolutely. And you collect your first win on the season here. And now we're going to enter our final stage, which is our final race of the season for the 2017 Fast Track Sims Hardline Truck Series at the Homestead Miami Speedway next week. How do you feel about your chances on getting win number 2 on the season and exiting the season with a win?
Well, I'm certainly looking for a good race next week. I know that my teammate Tyler is as well, because he's still in the title hunt, and I'm certainly hoping he can get it done next week. But I've run pretty well there before with these guys. I think maybe the second league race I think I ever did on iRacing was with these guys in the truck series at Homestead, and I ran pretty well. So we'll see how that. Granted, that was like a year ago, but it's. I'm looking forward to it. Homestead's usually a lot of fun. It's the top is still a good place to be, but you can move around a little bit more and still make passes, and it's kind of the fun balance depending on where you want to run and how hard you want to run when and stuff like that. So it should be a good race next week. I'm excited.
Absolutely, Thomas. Well, we thank you for coming to talk with us tonight, and congratulations on getting your first win of the season.
Thanks a lot, guys.
That was Thomas Brissy finishing P1 on the top spot here tonight. Everything held up for him. Let's go one down to the number 99 machine of Corey Blevins. Corey, Dre Broadcasting Network, you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
It was an up and down night for you, indeed. Leading laps, going to the back of the pack, going back up to the front, leading laps, beating and banging with other drivers and hitting the wall. But at the end, you get a P2 out of it, so congratulations out of that. Had been a wild night for you from your vantage point of your onboard views there. But man, oh man, that was something getting the pole and getting second. Tell me about your race tonight.
Yeah, I thought it would be a pretty good night. I didn't expect that huge wreck there. I was actually pretty glad that I stayed out there. I don't think had I not stayed out under that caution, I may have been involved in that huge crash during the early part of the race. So I'm glad that I stayed out and got some track position, was able to avoid the wreck there. But yeah, it was really hard to pass tonight. As I turned somebody out, or turned somebody during the race, I really didn't mean to. And then Tyler and me got together a couple times. It was just racing and all, but Tyler, the second wreck was a netcode wreck. So he apologized and everything. That's cool and all, but second, pretty good. Ran out of fuel with the lap to go, so Tyler ran out of fuel there too at the end. So it ended up being a P2 night for the Sport Graphic Silverado, and it's a pretty good night.
Yeah, absolutely. This would mark your first top 5 finish since Kansas back in early July, and your first top 10 finish since Eldora back in late July. So it's been about a month now, but I tell you what, you're back on the top of the thick of things and running consistent laps. Now we're reaching our final race of the season at the Homestead Miami Speedway. How do you feel about getting your chances on getting a victory this season?
Yeah, Homestead has been either terrible for me or a decent track. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do there. But it's kind of the high lane. It's pretty hard to pass on the low lane, just kind of as it was tonight. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week. But yeah, I feel pretty good about my chances for at least the top 5.
Absolutely. Now, before we let you go, one more thing. Passing seemed like, as you said earlier, was a hard thing to do here tonight, and it can lead to a lot of incidents, especially on a track like this. Was the tire wear really bad out there here tonight in these nighttime conditions?
Yeah, I noticed my laps, they just kept getting slower and slower and slower. It just, and it didn't really help, for the matter of fact that, that I had damage. So that was hurting it too. But, the times, they didn't really fall off as much as I thought they would. But I was really consistent with my times, but it felt like it was getting tighter and tighter, like the right front was wearing pretty quick. So, but the times didn't fall off is near as much as I thought they were, and that's why on that one caution I stayed out. We'd only run like 3 laps, so I thought the track position would be much greater gain.
Right, absolutely, and so it just seemed like track position was just a big key thing here tonight, as we did see that inside row just go bye-bye after a lap. So thank you for sharing that information with us there, Corey, and congratulations on a second place finish, and wish you the best of luck at the Homestead Miami Speedway next week.
Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
That was Corey Blevins finishing position number 2 here tonight. Had a really competitive car, but let's go one more down to 3rd place. Who would have finished probably maybe in 2nd place would be Tyler Hensley. Tyler Hensley, Dre Broadcasting Network, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
You're going to have the championship point lead entering Homestead Miami Speedway next week, and that's got to be a feel-good deal. Because you did finish 3rd here tonight, while your championship competitor Michael Fennelson finished in 11th. What was your mindset going into this race tonight as a competitive driver? Were you just going to play conservative, or just do the best you can to be competitive up towards the front and maybe win the race?
Honestly, all I wanted to do was make sure I finished ahead of the 14. I know he's my main competition heading into next week, and if I can stay in front of him the right way, I don't want to race anybody dirty. I hate that. If y'all watched the race Friday night, you know I hate that. But I just wanted to finish ahead of him the right way.
Yeah, absolutely, and everybody does. Race everybody the correct way, the clean way. It is the most proper thing to do, and that's what you got to do. But before we go talking about the championship at Homestead, let's talk about here tonight at Lucas Oil. You had an up and down race here tonight. You started up towards the front, beating and banging with some drivers out there, including the wall at times, and then you found yourself kind of almost going a lap down, but not necessarily. You did have a spin off turn number 2, and you could really race your way back. If I have to tell you anything, you raced your way up to that position that you had up there, because that long green flag stint, you were like 10th, and you raced your way back up into that top 5 on those green flag conditions till the caution came out, which was really paying dividends to you. Tell me about that spin off turn number 2 that put you in that little hole that you were in.
Honestly, right there, I was experimenting around with a different line and a little bit different technique to try and stay ahead of, to try and clear Corey, but that did not work. We kind of met in the middle there, really. If anybody's fault there, it's mine. I felt he was kind of low, and I know I pushed up on him just from what I was trying. So, honestly, the center of his truck was where I wanted my right sides to be, so that didn't really work so well for me, but like you were saying, I was able to race back up through there and gain some time, gain some valuable spots before the end of the stage.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a whale of a run for you in that long green flag stint, and that contact down turn 1 between you and Corey was definitely net code between you two drivers. But
yeah, I hate that. Not to interrupt, but I hate that. That was terrible. I drove in there like a bonehead, way over my head, but that was I feel bad about that.
Yeah, but I mean the net code. I mean that's not on the drivers. That's within the sim itself. Quite frankly, in my opinion. But otherwise, with you there, Tyler, here tonight at Lucas Oil, you have a whale of a run. And now, did you run out of gas coming on like the last lap or 2 laps to go? I have to ask.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was going to run out either way. There was no way I could save enough, and I was hoping I could pressure Thomas into running himself out of gas, and then maybe I could just get on cruise control. But that did not work either.
All right, one more race to go here, which is going to be the final race at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Tyler, you're going to walk in there with the championship point lead. What do you have to do to maintain that championship point lead?
Finish. Got to finish that race. Last year, in my opinion, last year I had the fastest truck. During that race, at least over the course of a run, I felt like I did. And honestly, if I can keep it in one piece, last year I got dumped, but this year I know who I can race around and who I can't. I just got to be smart and go make it happen. It's really cool tonight to finally get my dad's name on the podium, and next week I'm going to go get him a title.
All right, Tyler. Well, congratulations on the top 3 spots tonight. You definitely earned that spot the way you drove up there through the field on that long green flag stint, and good luck next week at the Homestead Miami Speedway.
Appreciate it, guys. As always, thanks so much for doing the broadcast. You guys do a fantastic job. I hope to see you back next year.
That was Tyler Hensley, folks, finishing position number 3 and championship point leader. And Dave, before we close her up and pack up and travel down to Florida to the beaches down there, hopefully there isn't any kind of weather down there to indicate any of us that would distract us. I know I had some thunderstorms in my way earlier, but everything held up. Dave, final thoughts about Lucas Oil Raceway and your thoughts on the championship.
It's going to be a tough battle. The championship's going to be a tough battle, just like it was here at Lucas Oil Raceway. All I can say, short track racing for you. Bumping is racing, and we saw a lot of it here at Lucas. And I have a feeling it's going to be an exciting race when we at Homestead when we crown a champion.
Yeah, and I definitely do. So that being said, I'm really looking forward to a championship week. It's going to be a tough deal between Michael Fenelson to gain on Tyler Hensley, but he's just got to go out there, lead the most laps. Actually, I got the points update right now, folks. Tyler Hensley will walk into Homestead Miami Speedway with an 8-point lead over Michael Fenelson. So Michael Fenelson has to walk into that race, in my opinion, walk into that race and lead the most laps and pretty much try to win the race. But if Tyler Hensley finishes like in the top 3 or top 5, it might be game over. But if that was the case, Fenelson may have to lead the most laps and win the race. He's pretty much hoping for Tyler Hensley to have a bad race, especially with the number of car count that we had here tonight. It was 14 drivers who took the green flag, so it's going to be an interesting battle next week at Homestead. So to wrap up the show here, folks, we'd like to thank the league organizers of the Hardline Racing League for allowing us to broadcast the 2017 Fast Track Sims Hardline Truck Series. It was a great series to call, in my opinion. A lot of good driving, a lot of good beating and banging out there. I love that when it comes to racing, and me personally, I'm a fan of this racing league right here. Find out who's going to be the champion next week here on the Dre Broadcasting Network at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Hardline Racing League's Fast Track Sims Hardline Truck Series. I'm Tanner Sharp. This is David Everly. Good night, everybody.